This is it. You see, today we are diving into two words we use interchangeably, but they carry very different energies. We are going to define the term and see how they anchor into the 5 pillars of prosperity. And so before we do that though, put your hand on your chest and just see if you can, on the left side, your right hand to your heart, and see if you can feel it. Even if you cannot feel it in the moment, stop, wait, just stop a second and just say a brief gratitude. I am grateful for the community that centers me. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be the one at home. I'm grateful for the love that surrounds me. I'm grateful that today is the best day of my life. Anything like that is just to center you. Once we center ourselves, we can move on to doing other things. Centering is important. So the soul searcher, think about that. Have you ever said yes to someone else just to be polite while saying no to your own peace of mind? That is the trap of being nice. Today we are defining the power of kindness, the kind that heals your heart and builds your wealth. And yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be the wealth of financial wealth. All 5 pillars, once they're all working in order, they're healthy, you have wealth. We have gone into the 5 pillars up in time and talk about how wealth is not just finance. If you're feeling good, if you're feeling good and you're blessed, you have wealth. If you're physically able to do everything, you have wealth. If you can balance your emotion, you're wealthy. If you can recall what you know, you're wealthy. If you are sitting there and you're looking at something and you're seeing the spiritual guidance of you're okay, like we centered ourselves, that makes us perfect this morning in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the universe, in the eyes of your divine. And then, of course, financial. So we understand that. And that is why I said to you, so stop trying to be nice. Seriously. Being nice might actually be what's standing in the way of your true prosperity. Today on the Morning Blessing, I'm showing you why being nice is a shadow, but being kind is a pillar. Let's talk about the difference that changes everything. You see, we say we are being nice when we say, okay, and you're going away. Why did I say okay? But the pillars have to be integrated in your life. Otherwise, you will have structural damage as you go through. Your pillars will crack. They will lean on each other and they might fall. We know that, like a house built on cards, because they're weak. But when you have 5 fingers, you're more able and capable to hold on to this mug. You can caress it. But all 5 fingers are at work here. And if one of the fingers, even the smallest or the most, or the one that we don't see the point of the thumb, is not working, we're like we're a fish out of water. And that's why it's all 5 pillars and 5 fingers have to be working fine. And that's why all 5 of our senses have to be working fine. You see, the pillars are mentals, spiritual, physical, emotional, and financial. But when one is fueled by niceness and another one by kindness, we do not know which one to go to. We are stuck. One is a mask and the other is a mandate. So let's break down how to align your character with your calling today. You see, when we look at defining the difference, we have to ask our question, what is nice? Nice is often about appearance. Did you see the post I made? The nice, beautiful crystal vase or glass. It's being polite, avoiding conflict, and making sure everyone is comfortable. That is nice. That is one part of nice. Nice is often about the appearance. It's being polite, it's avoiding conflict, and making sure that everyone is comfortable except you. You're swallowing. Your shoulders start to ache. You get a dull headache because you're somewhere where you do not want to be, but you're being nice. You're with people that always make you feel not so good, but you're being nice. So you're feeling sick. One is a mask and the other is a mandate. Yeah, being kind is a mandate. I think Nancy must hear my voice at nights in her dream, and Betty and Loretta. These are ladies that I know for sure. And you, my dear, your coach, you guys are being kind. You're stepping in and you're doing things to make yourself, to fill the gap. Candice, all of you on TikTok that are stepping in and you actually do something, that is a mandate. You're supposed to be kind. You have to be nice, but not at the expense of you deteriorating, becoming less than. The person slaps you across the left cheek and they tell you to turn the right cheek and get it blistered too. But nice is, it's not always the thing about nice. When they see you, it's like you're nice. You're so nice that nobody actually sees you. They just say, she's so nice. But that kind person that steps up, that kind one that shows up, the kind one that knows, hey, I have this, I'll donate to you. The kind one that takes the children, the grandchildren, the step-grandchildren and entertain them, and the stepchildren and feed them and clothe them and are there for them. Kindness, the one that stops and say hello to the neighbor, that is kindness. That's not being nice. You see, nice always comes with a trap. The trap sometimes we are too nice it's to our own detriment. Failing to set boundaries because we want to be nice. And when we are nice, we believe that they like us. And that is what is keeping us back. So now we ask ourselves, what is kind? Kindness is a value. It's about doing what is right, even if it's uncomfortable. That is what it is. Some coach said, nice that nobody actually sees you profoundly. Yeah. When you are so nice, you are just the doormat. You're the old couch that is always there. They know we can count on that old couch to be sitting there because it's nice. So nice, when you're busy, nice is often about appearance. It's being polite, avoiding conflict, and making sure everyone is comfortable. And the trap sometimes, we are too nice for our own determined, failing to set boundaries because we want to be like. So when we are being nice, it's just so everybody around us is comfortable, so they like you. But then you disappear. Your energy just falls. Those has two different energies. Being nice when it is not the thing you know you want to do, but peace, perfect peace. But kindness is a value. It's about doing what is right, even if it's uncomfortable. It's rooted in love and respect, not just manners. Somebody said once to me that religious people or Christians should not get angry. And they should always be just doing nice things for people. And I said, okay. So I said, that man that you worship called Jesus, he was angry, once. And they go, no, Jesus was never angry. I said, oh, yes, he was. He tossed the table like one of those housewives in America. He tossed it. Get out. Money changers, he said. You think he was cool? His blood wasn't boiling. He was human at that time. So who are you not to express it? Even if it's uncomfortable, sometimes you have to do that so you can get it. What you are looking for. Look at what Amma is telling us. Kindness comes from the soul. Niceness tends to lean into people pleasing and weak boundaries for acceptance. Oh, she's so nice. And then she's so nice. And that's all. But they don't even know what color dress you were wearing because your niceness is all the, she's so nice, she'll do it. Just give it to her, she'll do it. She's nice. But you cannot eat off nice. Nice doesn't sustain you. What sustains you is the kindness that comes from you. The kindness that stops you from attacking the pillar of spiritual prosperity. That's nice. That is kindness. When you tell that person, you're okay. You've got what it takes. You can do it. I know it's challenging today, but let me tell you my story. Let me tell you how I did it. That's kindness. But if you say, what did you expect? You married this person, or you dealt with this thing, or you do something else, No, you got it. This person is talking to you and telling you, I'm sorry that this just happened to you, and it was you didn't see it coming. That is kindness. And so it takes work to be kind. The difference, you can be kind without being nice. Giving someone a hard truth they need to hear. Sometimes it's kindness, but it's how you deliver it. And you can be nice without being kind. Smiling at someone while allowing them to continue a self-destructive habit. And it's somebody you love, somebody in your space, somebody you care about. And you're seeing that every time you go out, they're drinking too much. And then they forget and they say things and they want to drive. And you just smile. Well, you know her, she always drinks. You know her, she's under some stress. At that time, though, it's not the time to tell her the hard truth. It's when you have a good, long, nice conversation without the alcohol. Without sitting and eating a whole pizza, if that is what she's trying to do, or when she's just spending and she doesn't have it. So that time is not the time you correct them. Kindness makes you think, when is the best time to talk to my friend about this destructive thing she's doing? You don't call it a habit. I know you're having a hard time with this, and I understand, but can we just talk? Find out which of the pillar is weak right now. Is it emotional? Is the emotional pillar suffering? Or are they carrying some stress from something else? It could be a parent that is aging, that they're going through something mentally. Find out. The one that is buying and shopping compulsively, find out. Who is she trying or he's trying to impress? Is it the neighbor? Is it the new man that she wants, the new woman? But it's not when they are in the trenches and it's hurting and they're behaving how they would prefer not to behave. That is not when you call them up. That's kindness, tells you, hold on. Do not laugh. Do not jeer at them. The person you love and cherish, and the person that is getting older and they're limping, do not criticize them. Say, what's wrong with you? Why are you limping? Because you are not? Is that kindness? Is that being nice? Which one is it? Kindness is to tell them, I notice this is going on at a time when they're not in the trenches again, when things are not challenging, but being nice. Oh no, my leg hurts. You're okay. No, they're not okay. Or they smile because their legs is not working. You're being kind. Well, I didn't want to say anything, so I kind of smiled. What is wrong with you? You have to ask those questions of each other. How defining those two words can flow through our life? We have to understand, like Amma said something earlier about the soul, right? Kindness is a soul level connection. It aligns with you, with your goal of being a vessel of light, not just a people pleaser. And she's mentioned it for the one before this. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to nicely deliver the brutal, inconvenient truth for the betterment of the person. Because sometimes that person that you do not give them that information in a way, as Amma said it, might be in a situation because of their behavior. It can affect not only them, but those around them. And it might be you today. Your friend who is driving drunk, what are you going to do? Are you making a choice to get in that car with a drunk driver? Or are you going to be bold and be kind and say, listen, I cannot come with you if you're going to drive because you shouldn't be driving. That is kind in the moment. But it is really important to do that in the moment because it's not who they hurt in the car, it's who they hurt outside of the car. And so you have to, sitting there and the next thing you know, you are getting hurt. And you're sitting somewhere in a hospital bed and you knew just at that moment, I should have said something. But regret is something that's etched on our brow and we can't do anything about it. It has happened already. And when regret moves into our body, our mind, our soul, our spirit, it does not go. It keeps beating us to death. That's regret. So we have to take it and work on it. We have to distinguish the two that protects your peace. Being nice to everyone can lead to mental burnout. Being kind allows for healthy boundaries. But when you're going to the extreme of nice, you burn out just call it this one. She'll do it. She can do it. Just ask her. She'll load it up. Being kind to your body means discipline, working out, even when your nice side wants to let yourself off the hook. What do you do? Tessa, it's so, I don't like exercising. I really don't like water. It has no taste. But then why are your lips cracked? And you're using whatever it is they created in the lab, and you're rubbing it to death on your lips, looking for it to bring back the moisture from the outside in, when you could have put it down your throat and have it coming back out and giving your face a luster. So you have to be kind to your body. You have to be disciplined. If you find out that going for a 10-minute walk is better for you, when you come back, you breathe some fresh air, then you're being kind to your body. It's not nice. It's inconvenient. So kindness requires emotional intelligence. It's the ability to hold space for others without losing yourself. We are losing ourselves day in and day out and day in. And the people that we lose ourselves to, they come back for more. Because they know this is a donkey they can ride to its grave. And then they will tell you, why didn't you tell me you couldn't do it? They hadn't seen you, you see. If they had seen you, they would see that you couldn't do it. You weren't feeling well. But they dare not do that. They haven't looked at you. You're the couch that is there. And they sit on the couch every day and the couch does not move. Why didn't you tell me you weren't well? I wouldn't have asked you to do this. Because you haven't looked at me. You don't see me. I do not count because I'm nice. Where in your life have you been nice? That's the question for you. When you actually needed to be kind. Can you remember? There was a time you were being nice, but you really should have been kind. And instead, you stepped out of it and you were just being nice. And how was that working for you? How is it working now? Are they still putting the pressure? Do this, come here, help me, fix this. We need to understand who we are, because burnout is not something somebody else can fix for us. If we are burned out, we have to go find help outside of all the people that cause the burnout, or those that we allow to enter into our space with no boundaries. And sometimes these people are very close to you. They're very close to us. And you have to be careful, though. If you went in their space, they would know how to tell you to get off my space. But you don't want that. So you're nice. Because you know they'll come right back and say, you're pushing me, you're in my space, you're too close. What you're asking me to do, I'm not doing that. No way am I doing that. But I do so many nice things for you, and they will not even acknowledge that. You do it because you want to, they'll say. You see, because you're nice, you cannot be seen. So, share, if you can, just share one way you will practice kindness over niceness today, just for the fun of it. I know most of you that come to the Morning Blessing already has that tool. We talk about it, and if you are here and you stop by for a while, then you are already in that whole community of being kind and realizing they're two different things. Knowing you have boundaries. Asking others to step off my toe. You're hurting me. Rather than just say, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay. You have a blister on your toe. So we have to stop saying it's okay. Because it's not okay. And when the person does not apologize, you have to remind them, at least say sorry. You could say sorry. You could apologize for what you just did. And then you wonder, does it matter? Because the apology is so flippant. It's like a brush of, okay, I'm sorry. Then they might as well keep it. But as soon as they put the pressure on your toe, you have to say, get off my toe. You're hurting me. As soon as they tell you you're not good enough and you will never succeed, you have to pull back and say, come on, do not talk to me like this. Do not use your future and try to make it mine. You might not believe you will succeed, but I have plans to succeed. So you see, that's your boundary setting again. They're so quick to tell you what everything you do is not good enough. And the thing is, they have never done any of what you're able to do. So when somebody tells you you're going to fail, or you're not good enough, or you won't get the job, and they have all these reasons, you have to stop them. These are the prophecies for their life, not yours. Do not get angry. Redirect it. Say, that's all well and good for you to say. That's your words. They belong to you, and they're the prophecies of your life. You can say it to me, but it doesn't belong to me. Guess what? It boomerangs right back to you. You are the creator. You heard it first, you speak it out, and it comes back to you. So we have to learn to pause when these things are happening to us. You know, when last you looked at those legs that just go wherever you ask them to go and say, thank you. Thank you. To yourself. To yourself. When you get off the shower, thank you. You turn back. Everything has energy. The water is hot and it gets cold. Thank you for that hot bath. Thank you. You have a washroom. You have to sit somewhere. That is being kind to you. Acknowledging that what you have around you is helping you physically, mentally, emotionally, and certainly financially. When last you look at the money in your account, and instead of saying, I do not have enough, be kind to what you possess and say, the money I have is amazing for my living expenses. Say things to yourself. The 4 Agreement teaches that to us. It tells us that when you use words, and you have to sometimes remind the people that send the negative words to you, say, listen, when you talk about me or you talk about you, use impeccable and exquisite words. It's our prophecy. When you are standing in the mirror and you're not being kind to the wrinkles on your face, they're not going to go away. They came, they moved in. That's where they are. So you might as well smile at them instead of criticizing yourself. We cannot do that. You already know when you step out into the world, they're waiting for you. The critics are waiting for you. They will ask you, why are you dressed up? Where are you going? So you have to start your day being kind to yourself. They are projecting their own insecurities and incompetence. They are. That's what they're doing. But they don't know that because, you see, that is what was done to them. So they've got it in their head. And they believe they have the right to just spew it out at all of us. And they don't have the right to do that. And if they do, we need to learn when to stop them. So acknowledge to yourself one area in your life that you are going to make sure you observe your thoughts and your words. Kindness cannot go to somebody else if you haven't done it for your own self. So when you're working yourself to the bone for the rest of the world to be okay, remember this. Remember this little story. This man is reading the newspaper, and his son is jumping around, and he can't read the newspaper because, his son is chatting with him, Dad this, and he wants to read the newspaper. So he remembered On the the sheet of the page he had previously had a picture of the globe. He tore it and he said to the son to go put the world together. The son came back to him and was done so quickly. He said, "You did that already?" He said, "Yes, Dad." On the other side of the globe was a man, and as soon as I got the man together, the world was okay. Do you guys get that? So as soon as you are put well together, according to you though, your version of the vision of yourself, together, the world is okay. It doesn't need, you see it as okay because you see, you are put together. So kindness to others is amazing. Kindness to self is challenging and requires diligence. And to be consistently remember to be kind to yourself. The days of people just doing it for everybody and not bringing it to them, these days, there is nobody to catch you. We do not live in a village anymore. Those that will catch us are far away. And sometimes they can't get there before we fall. The village raised the children. The village knew kindness and the village taught kids. They saw somebody doing something, a child, they said, "Stop that." And that is not the mother speaking. But that child has heard that, and it's an adult, an elder, a person from the village. They're going to stop. We don't have a village anymore. And because we don't have the village, we have to make sure we are well put together. And those people that we're bringing into this world, and those people that we have a way to influence, we do not have to make them do what we want, but we have to make sure that they know that they can create a version of the vision that they see of themselves. So, prosperity isn't about what's in your bank account. That's not all. It's about the quality of your character. Who are you? Integrity is doing what you would do in public when everybody is watching you and doing it alone. That's integrity. And that is where you become prosperous. You're full. You're well put together. So the word is okay. You have no reason to cut others up. You have no reason to take people down because you know you are okay. Therefore, they are okay according to their version of the vision of themselves. Choose kindness. It's deeper, it's stronger, and it's what fuels a prosperous life. When you're kind, you can almost sing without anybody asking you to sing. When you're kind, you smile. When everybody else thinks you should be crying. But they don't understand sometimes that deep-seated thing inside of you that keeps you going, I'm okay. It's going to be okay. The world is okay. And when we know that, kindness can flow. You are not going to say, I do not have enough kindness in me to share, but I have a lot of hate to spew on you or to tell you what's wrong with you. Sometimes we need to stop it. But when they're going to danger themselves or us or others, we have to pull them up. Stop being nice and say, hey, what are you thinking? And how has that been working for you, that attitude? Where is it taking you? Because it's taking you nowhere. You see, so with intentional kindness, stay in the vein of it. Do not let it go. Do not let somebody